Hello, my name is Devin Action Ricker, and today we're going to be jumping back into our One Punch Man bodybuilding ranking series. We are starting off with Deep Sea King. Could he be a bodybuilder? It looks like he's got a great physique, but let's actually dive into it. And where does he rank amongst all the One Punch Man characters if he could be one? So first of all, let's look at what we have so far. We have Darkshine leading the way as the Mr. Olympia so far. We don't have any pro bodybuilders, but we do have Blast and Boros in the amateur divisions, and followed by Saitama in the athletic category and Bomb in the fit category. Now, like I said, some of these are subject to change. As I get more into this, I'm looking at potentially putting Blast more into the pro category. But we will see. I want to get just a few more into it before I change anything. But as of now, this is where we are. Now let's start to look at the Deep Sea King. So this guy is obviously absolutely massive, terrifying. You could see he's anywhere from over 13 foot to over 65 foot. So he would obviously be unrealistic on a bodybuilding stage. He would just be absolutely massive. But let's take a look at him from a more of a proportions perspective. So here we have a really good shot of his body right here. We can see he's got an amazing amount of muscle mass. He's got amazing delts, a really slim and narrow waist. This actually makes me think he could be more in the classic physique division, if not even the men's physique division, but I would say classic more so. The thing that I would say he's probably, if he's lacking anything, maybe the legs are a little bit downsized as compared to like his upper body, but he's got a really great chest, really great arms and delts, really great lats, and like I said, a small and narrow waist, and then he's got like a 20-pack abs. Let's see, I think it's like 10, 12, something like that. That's absolutely insane. There are some people that have 8 abs, I believe. I don't know if it goes any higher than that, but generally people that have abs have, and you can see them, usually you can just see like 6, sometimes 4. I think you can see 5 sometimes, but mostly it's like 6. And then rarely you might be able to see 8. It just depends on genetics for those. There's nothing you can do to train it any differently. So let's take a look at some more pictures here. So we can see he's just absolutely ripped. Because you can see all of his muscles, all the separation, we know he's really well conditioned. You could definitely see vascularity. Look at the veins right here, right there. Look at the feathering right there in between the chest, and even on the delts right here. You can see that feathering really well. Even on the legs, I mean, he's basically got 0 body fat percentage. Actually pretty crazy. So, and obviously all of these characters that I'm going to be looking at, I'm going to just be getting like a general overview. I know they all have different forms that we could look at, but this will just be a general overview. We're not going into too much depth here. So yeah, let's go back to this shot because I think it's the best one of him. So obviously, like, I think from like the waist up, he could definitely be a pro bodybuilder. If not, you know, maybe a Mr. Olympia competitor. You know, I mean, even these proportions look really good. Some of the characters have had wacky proportions with the bis and tris as compared to the forearms, but actually his look really good. The bis, tris match the forearms. They match the delts. The delts are massive, but they do match. And then they match the chest as well. So proportions look good. Symmetry looks good. But now going down to the lower body, like I said, I think he could use a little more mass in those legs. The quads themselves look fine, but they're just not really, it's not really getting an X shape to his physique. It's more like a V taper and then just straight down from there. So he could probably use a little more mass in the legs, especially the thighs and the calves right there. The calves don't look bad. Actually, his legs are proportioned with each other. Like his quads and his calves are proportioned really well. They're just not, they're lacking a bit in my opinion compared to the upper body. Of course, with all of these characters too, we would need to see them on stage in the compulsory poses, along with just, you know, being beside one another to really get a good judgment of how well they would actually do in bodybuilding. But from what we can tell with this guy, I think he's gonna do pretty well. I'm gonna say, you know what? I'm gonna get a little crazy with it. I'm gonna put him in the pro bodybuilder division. I think he's up there. I think he could be really good. I don't think he's anywhere near Darkshine. I think if he were on the Mr. Olympia stage, he would definitely be one of the lower tier rankings. And I don't even think he would be in the same kind of category as Darkshine. Darkshine would definitely be open bodybuilder because he's just so massive all around. I think that Deep Sea King would be more in the classic physique division and probably maybe even the men's physique division, which means that he would be placed against someone like Blast, and that would actually be a really good show. I'd like to see them side by side, and maybe we'll eventually do that. But yeah, these two are looking really good. Deep Sea King, I think he's nestled in right there perfectly in the pro division. From here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually answer some of your questions. I had a couple of more questions, and if you have any fitness questions or anything like that in general, feel free to let me know in the comments down below, and I'll try to get to them in the next video. So let's see here. So Zaid, I believe is how you say Ali. He left a comment and a question, and basically he's saying he's pretty new to this stuff as far as working out goes. He wants to stop calisthenics and start weight training, but then he saw the Garo Physique training video. Now, if you guys are unfamiliar with that, that's a video that I released not too long ago right here. Do this to look like Garo, full training program. There's also a training guide to go along with that. So if you're interested in that, you're interested in training to look like Garo, we've had some people have some really good results on this program so far. So make sure to check that out. And honestly, we have a lot of different training guides. Like we have a Kratos one as well. All these videos are on my YouTube, and then you can also get the training guides as well. And those will be linked in the description down below. So make sure to check those out. And also, if you don't know, we actually have a Discord as well, where you can actually share your results and ask any questions that you want. And I'm in there as well. And I will link that in the description too. So hope to see you there. So basically he's asking if he can go ahead and start to the Garo training program, or if he should become an intermediate weightlifter first. And my answer is, I think you could go ahead and start with the Garo training program. And with most of them, especially the newer ones, you can actually do it on either an advanced scale or a like kind of more of a beginner scale. So some of them have like 4 days of training, some of them have 6 days of training. And what I would just recommend is just take out a couple of those days. So let's say you have 2 push days, 2 pull days, each per week. What I would do is just limit it down to 1 push day, 1 pull day, and then maybe a full body day. So you can rearrange these programs however you need to, but just kind of keep the core of it, keep the core of the exercises that we use in those programs, and just kind of arrange it based on your schedule, based on your fitness levels, and go from there. So I hope you found that helpful. If you have any more questions about that, just let me know in the comments. And if you end up trying this program, also let us know in the comments, how's it going for you? Let us know in the comments here, and then also in Discord. And if you have any more questions, feel free to ask them. All right, so our next question is from Glass of Water. What are the most effective exercises for triceps and lower abs? Those are 2 completely different muscle groups, but I'll give it a shot. So for triceps, anything that's a compound movement, pretty much for any muscle group, is going to be some of the best movements that you can do, because you're not just hitting that muscle, but you're hitting a lot of other ones as well. For the triceps, I really like close grip bench. And that's where you have your arms at about shoulder width apart, and you're just really gonna press them and lock them out and then come all the way down to your chest. I actually talk about that movement in the Leon Kennedy video that I made just yesterday. So make sure to check that out if you haven't already. And then along with that, I would say skull crushers, tricep pushdowns, and dips. Those are some of your best ones. You can do variations of each, but those are some of my favorite for triceps. It's also gonna hit all 3 heads of the triceps, which are the lateral, medial, and long head of the triceps. I almost forgot it there for a second. It's not too important to really target each one unless you're a bodybuilder. Basically, if you just change up the exercises a little bit every now and then, you're probably gonna be hitting all 3 of them in general. Or you definitely actually will be hitting all 3 of them in general, because they all 3 work on each movement. It's just which one are you targeting a little bit more than the others. So for the lower abs, I have a couple of favorite ones. Reverse crunches if you're a beginner, leg pulses, and then you can actually make those harder. Those 2 exercises are the best in my opinion for lower abs, but just make them harder if you're a little bit more intermediate or a little bit more advanced. And there's 2 ways to do that. One is that you can get on a decline bench. You're hanging on at the top and the bench is going down, your butt's down here at the bottom, and then you're gonna be reverse crunching like that. And then you can also do the leg pulses like that as well. You can also do leg raises as well. Some people find that it's a little bit difficult on their lower back if they do that. If you don't have any issues with your lower back, then feel free to try that. You can also put a pad under your butt, and that can help with some of those lower back issues as well. So that's one way to make it more difficult, by going on a decline. But another way is to actually add weight. So with the reverse crunches, you can add like a medicine ball in between your knees, or with both of them, you can add ankle weights. And that's a really good way to weigh down your legs so that your lower abs have to do more work. So try those 2 movements. Those are my 2 favorite for lower abs. I guarantee you're gonna love them, and you're gonna feel it really burning right there in that spot that you're really wanting to target. So that's gonna conclude our video for today. If you have any questions at all, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll try to get back to them either in the comments or in the next video. So be watching out. I could answer your question in the next video. And then if you enjoyed this one, feel free to like, subscribe, and maybe even share it. Thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.